Hi guys, so for today, welcome to the Security Computing Resources Practice Lab. In this module, you will be provided with the instructions and devices needed to develop your hands-on skills. Securing computing resources ensures the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of data and resources. It includes practices such as implementing security policies, vulnerability management, network security, and access control. In this module, you will explore securing computing resources through the establishment of a baseline in performance monitor, exploring input validation in a web application, and installing and using a sandbox. So, learning outcomes. In this module, you will complete the following exercise. Establish a baseline, exercise 2, input validation, and lastly, sandboxing. After completing this module, you should be able to configure a baseline, capture a baseline, view cookie parameters, explore input validation code, test input validation, install Sandbox C++, use and observe Sandbox C++. So exam objectives. The following exam objectives are covered in this module. Given a scenario, apply common security techniques to computing resources. Secure baseline, application security, and sandboxing. So lab duration, it will take approximately 1 hour to complete this lab. So click next to the lab topology. So during your session, you will have access to the following lab configuration. Depending on the exercises, you may or may not use all of the devices, but they are shown here in the layout to get an overall understanding of the topology of the lab. So ACID C01, ACID M01, ACI Win11, ACI Alma, and ACI Kali. So click next. So exercise 1, establish a baseline. One of the key methods of identifying malicious activity on a machine or network is identifying abnormal activity without understanding and having a baseline of normal day-to-day activity. This is impossible to do. The Microsoft Performance Monitor is a system monitoring tool that can view, analyze, and collect performance data, such as a baseline from a host. In this exercise, you will use the performance monitor to establish a baseline of day-to-day activity. So learning outcomes. After completing this exercise, you should be able to configure baseline, capture a baseline. So your devices, there are two. Please power this on now, which is ACID C01 and ACID M01. So task 1. In performance monitor, counters are specific metrics that provide information about the performance and health of the machine being monitored. These counters are monitored by the performance monitor and may be recorded to establish a baseline. In this task, you will configure performance monitor metrics to conduct a baseline capture. So step 1, connect to ACID M01. In the search bar, type the following. So performance monitor. Select. Step 2, select performance monitor in the monitoring tools folder. The performance, select the green plus sign to add performance counters. So step 4, expand the memory counter menu. So where's that? So step 5, scroll down and select page sec counter, then select add. So step 6, expand the network interface menu. Then step 7, scroll down and select byte total sec counter and then select add. So step 8, expand the physical disk menu. Then scroll down and select average disk queue length counter and select add. And step 10, so go or add counters, scroll down and select disk transfer sex. Okay, ulit. Physical disk. So average disk queue length, then disk transfers sec, then hit add. Then step 11, select OK. Note, there are many counters available that measure many different metrics. Websites such as http colon / learn .microsoft.com counters can help providing clarity on what counters should be used to monitor performance is given in given situation. So in step 12, select page sec counter row. Then step 13, right click page sec row and select properties. In step 14, in the performance monitor properties window, select the color brown from the color drop down menu. Then click OK. Note, this color change was conducted because %professor time and pages sec counters were both using the same color. So step 16, right click performance monitor, select new and data collector set. This creates a data collector set with established counters. So step 17, type the following into the name field. So baseline, then click next. So step 18, in the create new data color collector set, where would you like the data next to be saved? Page, please next or select next. So the step 19, select finish. Then note, the baseline data collector set is now ready to start collecting baseline data. Leave the devices in their current state and proceed with the next task. So task 2, capture a baseline. So connect to ACI DM01. In the performance monitor window, expand the data collector sets folder, then expand the user defined. Then right click on the baseline data set and then click start. So note, the baseline performance monitor is now recording. The next step will be simulating day-to-day operations. This will be done by browsing to a few web pages. So step 3, select Microsoft Edge taskbar. So in the Microsoft Edge, type the following in the URL bar. So www.acillearning.com. then hit enter. So step 5, open new tab, then www.comptia.org, then enter. Then step 7, restore the performance monitor window in the task from the taskbar. In the performance window, right-click on the baseline data set and select stop. So note, the baseline data has been recorded. Next, you will view a report of the data that has been collected. So expand the reports folder, then expand user defined folder. So step 10, in the performance monitor window, select the baseline folder. In the right pane, double click on the system monitor log PLG. So step 11. Observe the baseline that has been created based on the selected counter's baseline performance, represents normal operations, and can be used to identify abnormal operations by comparison. So step 12. Restore the Microsoft Edge window from the taskbar. Then step 13. Close Microsoft Edge window. So close the monitor or performance monitor window. So next, input validation. The OWASP top 10 list injection and specifically cross-site scripting or XSS as a significant vulnerability in web applications. A failure of input validation can lead to a compromise of data integrity, resource exhaustion, loss of availability, and a failure in compliance. So in this exercise, you will use the BWAPP Vulnerable Web Application to explore and understand input validation, including a review of input validation code. So learning outcomes. After completing this exercise, you should be able to view cookie parameters, explore input validation code, test input validation. So your device, again, there will be two devices in this lab that you will be using. Please power this on now, which is the ACIDC01 and ACIDM01. So task 1, view cookie parameter. Cookies are issued by a web server and are then passed by a client browser to identify a session. Cookies can contain various parameters and attributes. In this task, using the browser developer tool, you will observe the cookie parameter being used to identify the security of the level of the application. So step 1, connect to ACIDM01, then click start, then select X AMPP, then control panel. So select start Apache server, then MySQL server, then close. Note, the BWAPP vulnerable application is not running and accessible in the Apache server. So select Microsoft Edge on the taskbar. So type the following, the URL bar, then press enter. 192.168.0.2 slash BWAPP. Enter. So B bug login. So step 8. So click never on the save password. So step 9, in Microsoft Edge on the portal window, scroll down to the A3 cross site. So select cross-site scripting reflected post. Click hack. Then step 10 in Microsoft Edge, select the setting and more. Icon represented by three dots near the top right of the page. So step 11, select more tools, developer tools. So step 12, so step 12, select more tabs, the developer tools represented by huh? Iba naman yan. More tools, developer tools. So once you are more tabs, select more tabs in the developer tools represented by. So step 13, the more tabs drop down select. Drop down menu select network. So network. Then step 14, in the Microsoft Edge in the BWAPP application, type the following. First name, John. Then last name, Doe. And click go. So step 15, in the developers tool, select xss underscore post.php from the network output. Then step 16, in Microsoft Edge, in the developer tools, scroll down in the header window and observe a cookie that was passed in the application server. So note, discover the cookie includes a parameter defining the current security level. The security level of low equates to security level 0 in the cookie parameter. Additionally, discover the refer header points to the file. Next, you will observe the security O level cookie parameter for other application security levels. So in the BWAP application, Select medium from the secure security, then click set. Then step 18, though John, then though. So and go. So step 19, the developers tell the XSS post push have been network output. So observe the security level of medium equates to security level 1 in the cookie parameter. So in the WAPP application, select high from the security level drop down, then click set, then Joe, then Do. John, then click go. So step 23, select XSS underscore post dot PHP from the network output. So observe the security level of high equates the security level in 2 in the cookie parameter. So leave the device in the current state and proceed to the next task. Okay, so task 2, explore input validation code. Understanding the concept of input validation is important. Equally important is understanding how to apply that concept. In this task, you will review the BWAPP code to understand the functions that are used to apply various levels of security and input validation. So connect to ACID M01. So File Explorer, and then taskbar. Then this PC, new volume, SAMP, then htdocs, then BWAP folder. Double click the okay. Double click the XSS post PHP file. So the XSS post notepad file is displayed. So note, observe the function XSS. This function defines what input validation checks are conducted based on the security level parameter passed to BWAPP in the cookie security level. Calls the node check function security level 1, calls the XSS check for function. Security level 2, which is high, calls the XSS check 30 function. Additionally, observe that the function external PHP file is included in this PHP file. This is the location of the check function. So restore the File Explorer window from the taskbar. So double click the function external PHP file. Function external. The function internal notepad file is displayed. So observe Note: observe the note-check function conducts now input validation. This function is called the low BWAPP security level. Observe the XSS check 40 function calls the add slashes function and that there is a comment that states do not use this for XSS or HTML validation. This function is called at the medium BWAPP security level. Observe the XSS check 30 or 3 function calls the HTM special characters function, and there is a commented description of the input validation that is conducted. This function is called the high BWAPP function security level and represents strong input validation. So task 3, test input validation. In this task, you will test the input validation function at various security levels to exploit cross-site scripting vulnerabilities. So connect to ACID M01, Microsoft Edge. So close the developer tools by selecting the X icon on the far right of the developer tool. So in the Microsoft Edge, ensure low is selected in the set your security level drop down menu. Click set. So in the Microsoft Edge, type the following: first name John, last name script alert security script. Click go. The script tag is used to HTML to embed JavaScript code within a web page. This should not be allowed from a user input field. However, improper input validation at this security level allows this. The alert function display a dialog box with a message to a user. In this case, it is used to show that the code entered in a user ah, show that the code entered in a user input field can be executed by the web server to cause an action. This is a cross-site scripting. So step 5 in the 192.168.0.2 says pop-up window, select OK. The Microsoft Edge, select Medium from the Set Your Security Level drop-down menu and click Send. So type the following: John Doe, then Go. Then the B tag is used in HTML to define bold text. Observe the last name Joe is bolded. This indicates that at the medium level, HTML can be executed through the last name field. This is example XSS. The high security level will not be tested because the XSS check 3 code was a strong input validation. Close the Microsoft Edge, Notepad, and then File Explorer windows. So, exercise 3. Sandboxing. Sandboxing enables the isolation and containment of potential malicious or untrusted code or processes. Sandboxing provides security, the ability to conduct malware analysis and web security, among many other things. In this exercise, you will use Sandbox C++ to download and install an application and observe the impact on the host system. The learning outcomes. After completing this exercise, you should be able to install Sandbox C++, use and observe Sandbox C++. So your device, you will be using the following devices. In this lab, please power this on now. ACI DC01 and ACI Win11. So task 1, install Sandbox C++. So Sandboxy is a sandboxing software application that provides a secure and isolated sandbox environment for applications and processes. It enables isolation, browser security, privacy, and data production. In this task, you will install Sandboxy Plus and the Chrome browser. So connect to ACI Win 11, click the File Explorer, then this PC, then Documents, then Module 11 folder. So double click the Sandboxy Plus installation file, then select Setup, Language window, select OK, accept the agreement, and then click Next. Then Next, then Next, then step 7, Next again, then step 8, deselect the checkbox next to create a desktop shortcut, then click Next. Step 9, ready to install window, click Install. Then step 10, click Finish. Next, you will install Google Chrome and then complete the configuration of Sandboxy. So in the File Explorer, double click the Chrome setup installation file. Then once the installation is complete, close the Google Chrome. Note, Google Chrome has been installed outside of the Sandboxy. It will still be accessible from within the sandbox. So select Sandboxy Plus on the taskbar. So in the Setup Wizard introduction window, select the radio button next to Personally for private non-commercial use. Then click Next. Then in the Setup Wizard, install your Sandboxy Plus support certificate window. Click Next. Then step 16, click Next. Then step 17, the Configure or Setup Wizard configures Sandboxy Plus Shell integration window. Deselect the checkbox next to Add Desktop Shortcut for starting web browser under Sandboxy. Then click Next. Then window, click Next. Then Finish. So in the Sandboxy Plus global setting window, click OK. So leave the device in their current state and proceed with the next task. So task 2, use and observe Sandboxy Plus. In this task, you will use Sandboxy Plus to install Notepad++ and make changes in the Sandbox environment. Then observe the results of those changes on the host operating system. So connect to ACI Win11. So in the Sandboxy, right-click Default Box, then select Run Start Menu. So in the Sandboxy Start Menu, select Desktop, and then Google Chrome link. If the Google Chrome window does not pop up in front of the Sandboxy, then select it from the taskbar. In Chrome, scroll down and select No Thanks. Then in Chrome, scroll down and select Got It. Observe that you can move your cursor to the top of the Chrome window and the entire window will be highlighted with a yellow a box around it. This indicates the application is running in Sunboxy in an isolated Sunbox. So in Chrome, type the following in the URL bar and then press enter. So download Notepad++. Enter. So accept all. Then click the download Notepad link. Note, at the time of this lab, Notepad V version 8.557 is the US version of Notepad. So step 9, in Chrome, scroll down to the download icon and select it to start. There may be up to a 1 minute delay for in the download icon being available. So note, so in Chrome, once the download is complete, select show in folder from the download pop-up. So show in folder. Note, observe the download pop-up is highlighted in yellow, indicating it is operating within the sandbox. So double click the NPP installer installation file, then click run and observe the hashtag bracketing the window title. This indicates the window is running in the sandbox. So click OK, then click next. I agree. Then step 16, click next. Then again click next. Then install. Then close the Sunboxy Plus notification pop-up window. In the completing Notepad setup window, click finished. And step 20, in Notepad++, select file, then click open. Then step 1, in the open window, navigate to ACIHD. Then module folder 1. Select M1 Notepad file and click open. So step 22. In the Notepad, type the following in the first line of the file. So sandbox change. Then select file and then save. So restore Sunboxy from the taskbar. And then step 24, right click the default box. Then select terminate all programs. Then select yes. Then start charm and type Notepad++. So observe the Notepad++ does not exist on the host. It was installed only in the Sandbox environment. So restore the File Explorer window from the taskbar. Then this PC ACI HD, and then module 1 folder, and then double click the M1 notepad. So notepad, and click OK. Observe the sandbox change entry that was made that does not exist on the host. It was only conducted in the sandbox environment. Close the M1 notepad window, then close all open windows on the ACI Win 11. Keep all devices that you have powered on in their current state and proceed to the review section. Well done! You have completed the Securing Computing Resources Practice Lab. Securing Computing Resources Practice Lab requires constant attention and planning. However, as a result, network system and infrastructures may be protected from unauthorized data breaches and cyber attacks. Summary. You completed the following exercise. Exercise 1. Establish a baseline. Exercise 2, input validation. Exercise 3, sandboxing. So you should now be able to configure a baseline, capture a baseline, view cookie parameters, explore input validation code, test input validation code, install Sandbox C+, and lastly use and observe Sandbox C+. So submit feedback. So shut down all virtual machines used in this lab, and alternately you can just exit it. So yeah, that's gonna be finished. Thank you.